between 164 and 152 BC, his 12 Olympic titles became the stuff of legends. Now, move over, Leonardis. Michael Phelps has arrived. With the victory in Thursday's 200 metres medley, Phelps won his 13th individual Olympic gold. Leonardis finishes second for once. A 2,000-year, a 2 millennia record suddenly booted out the way in the swimming pool, and Phelps isn't even done competing yet. CNN's Don Riddell is on Copacabana Beach. Oh, well, it looks like it's cheered up a bit, Mr. Riddell. It looks a bit more pleasant, the weather. Nice to see you're doing duty on the beach in the sand.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a beautiful day here, Richard. I know it started off not quite so nice this morning, but look at this amazing sunset. We're on the beach, we're on the sand. It's 5:15 local time. It's beer o'clock around me. As usual, people having a good time, and we always take a bit of a risk when we broadcast live from the beach itself. We're kind of down amongst the masses, so expect the unexpected, but let's try and do an Olympic update, shall we?
Well, bearing in mind the scantily clad, I think our viewers could be delighted if something unexpected comes along. That could certainly boost the ratings. OK. Is kicked Leonardis off his perch. He is the greatest Olympian. Yeah. What's the quality of the day's events we've seen so far?
Well, I mean, all eyes on the pool, as has been the case every night for the Olympics so far, Richard. There have been so many amazing storylines, so many rivalries born and continued here at these games. But Phelps tonight, if you're a Phelps fan, a swimming fan, just an Olympic history fan, I guess, this is a race, because this is his penultimate Olympic appearance. Really want to be there, but he's back with a vengeance this time. 4 golds already, 22 in total, and I would expect he's probably going to carry on in that kind of form.
So what happened, Don, to the women's US? I mean, anybody can get knocked out, but did Sweden play well? Did the US play badly?
Well, I mean, they went out on penalties, Richard. Anybody can lose on penalties, but I can tell you that the United States will be bitterly, bitterly disappointed. Not just...
Is there, you know, it's halfway through the Olympics. Is there a real Olympics feel now in Rio? I mean, the sport is superb. The records have been falling both in the gymnasium and in the swimming pool. What's the mood on the beach?
Well, the mood on the beach is always great, but I guess the mood amongst the Olympics is a different question. I mean, we knew coming into these games that the locals weren't necessarily as supportive of this Olympiad as they have been in other years, and there are many reasons for that, the economy being one of them. But we're starting to get a real sense of how much they are or are not into it. And that was because the track and field event started today, and that is the marquee event. It dominates the second week, and the stadium looked kind of half full. Now, the authorities are saying that 58 to 65% of tickets were sold for these sessions. They are guaranteeing us that the final events in the athletics are sold out. But I was a bit curious about this comment. He said, all the finals are sold out, especially the 100-meter final. Well, if they're all sold out, you can't be more sold out than something that is already sold out. So we'll wait and see. So I think that was maybe providing a bit more information there. But we will see. I mean, you're right. The events have been great. It looks fantastic on television. The sport has been amazing. But I think it's quite clear that the locals aren't quite as into this Olympics as they.
They're not quite as into it as Don Riddell is on the beach in Copacabana, safe in the knowledge that every one of his colleagues, every one of your colleagues, has got a very nasty retort for when you get back. You'll be doing overnight duty for the foreseeable future, Mr. Riddell. Thank you.
Is that right?
Good. Don Riddell on the beach. It's actually, Copacabana Beach is one of the most phenomenal beaches in the world. Oscar de la Hoya has a message for gold medal winners in Rio. Plan your next steps wisely, and the Olympic boy, and it has stuck with him ever since. De La Hoya used his Olympics, and that name, by the way, the Golden Boy, as a springboard to a sparkling professional career in boxing, and now runs his own successful promotion company, Golden Boy. I spoke to him last week from Los Angeles. Now, we're not talking about Michael Phelps in this, who obviously has won more golds than most and has an entire army around him. But for those newbies who are winning their first gold medal, he told me, after all the titles and all the money, it's gold medal that he cherishes the most.
It's the #1 prized possession I will always cherish for the rest of my life. You know, winning a world title in professional boxing is great. I was a 10-time world champion. I lost world titles. I won world titles in professional boxing, but winning that gold medal, nobody takes it away from you. So that gold medal is dear to my heart. It's the most special trophy that I will ever have in my life.
You're saying that winning streak or that winning drive is different in the Olympics than it might be for, say, a fight where there may be hundreds of thousands of dollars at
your country. You know that the whole world is watching. You know that this is your one opportunity to shine. This is the one stage, international stage, where the whole world is watching,
right.
and must perform. So it is different. The emotions are different, and the feeling is different. The energy is different. So yes, you're right. You are fighting with a different passion.
You, sir, have been remarkably successful at taking the amateur success of Olympics with the professional success of boxing and marrying it into financial success for a long-term gain. How did you do it? Very few people are that successful.
It all started with the gold medal in 1992, and I formed a very smart team around me. I was capable enough to surround myself with great people, knowledgeable people. People that had nothing to do with the sport of boxing, people that knew business, that knew numbers, people that knew financial strategies, estate planning, you name it. I mean, I formed such a great team, right, because after 1992, winning the gold medal, I was the commodity. So how can I build on my strategy? How can I build on that gold medal? And therefore, I had to surround myself with very smart people.
Many youngsters winning their first bronze, silver, or gold. What would your advice be? Not on the business front, since we're a business program. What would your advice be to those who are experiencing medal wins and now want to know what do they do next to make it into something more?
I believe, look, once you win the gold medal, whether it's in swimming, basketball, whether it's boxing, what you have to do is first think about forming your team. A lot of money is going to be thrown at you, and you have to be careful on how you manage that money, where you strategically place that money, and most importantly, I tell all these athletes every single day, do not buy the cars, do not buy the homes, do not buy the jewelry. Just save your money, accumulate that wealth, and live happily ever after, because everything is going to come at you really fast. The Olympic Games is such a platform where you can build a wonderful nest egg for the future if you know how to play your cards right.
Remarkably sensible financial advice from Oscar de la Hoya. Forget the jewellery, forget the cars, forget the big homes. Save the money, young man, and all will be well in the future. I think there's a Dickens Rome. They're in Rio, and they're learning the art, and they're getting ready to pitch their bids. It's a multi-stage process, and they're at stage 1 and 2 at the moment. Many cities have dropped out along the way because of the high cost. For example, Hamburg was in the final 5 selected by the IOC, but after a referendum on the matter, said they didn't want the games. These are the 4 that are going for it. Victor is a professor at the Department of Economics and Accounting at Holy Cross. He studies the Olympics and the economics. Good to see you, sir. It's a bit of a sort of a poison chalice, isn't it? Are you surprised cities of the quality times? Rome has had it before. Los Angeles would be a 3-timer. Where do you think they're going to go?
I think the best bet is probably with Los Angeles. First of all, again, there's big pressure on the IOC to choose a city here that's not going to break the bank. They've gotten a lot of criticism here, and they've had a hard time attracting new candidates to host these games. On the winter side, everyone dropped out in the last bidding except